As discussed in Section 1, I established that the negative difference within the Australian community surrounded the axis of gender. Girls were stereotypically placed in the more verbally proficient roles, while the males were assigned the more hands-on cleaning responsibilities. This assumption that girls are actively more vocal and communicative can be justified by Gurian's statement, that is cited in Hickey, that girls tend to have better verbal abilities and rely heavily on verbal communication, while boys tend to rely heavily on non-verbal communication, being innately less able on average to verbalize feelings and responses as quickly as girls. However, this is just a generalization and is not always the case. In order to demolish this negative difference, we need to embrace freedom of speech regardless of whether it conforms to social norms or not. I've decided to conduct a set of activities to break down those stereotypes and allow individuals the freedom to choose and perhaps thrive in a role that they may not have been initially assigned to. This in turn will promote a greater sense of belonging, and it allows the staff to feel like their opinions matter and they feel empowered enough to have their own say. As the cinema employs approximately 50 staff, I will divide them into smaller, more manageable groups of 8 to 10 with an equal mix of both boys and girls. As most of the candy bar and ushering duties are undertaken by 14 to 17-year-olds, I will just conduct the workshops to staff within that age bracket. I will be overseeing the workshops, as over the 9 years of employment with the company, I've established a strong passion for each of the roles and view them as having equal opportunity to further develop a strong skill base and knowledge. Workshops have proven to be very effective in the past because it's a more relaxed environment where it allows people to comfortably offer their views and opinions. The workshops will take place in the boardroom at the Strand, and I'll try and make this space as casual and inviting as possible. Chairs will be organised in a half-moon shape, but all should be able to view the easel and myself at the front. There will be 3 parts to my teaching episode, and activities will be run over just 2 weeks. I will first conduct a brainstorming workshop where I will ask the group to describe to me what each role encompasses, what responsibilities are asked of them when performing this role, what skills are needed, and what makes an A-grade seller and usher. For this part of the lesson, I require a very large sketchbook or butcher's paper and an easel and a permanent marker. Everyone should be seated in front of the easel so they can see what I'm writing. After brainstorming what they think each role requires of them, I will then ask whether anyone thinks that any given role is tailored to or would suit a specific gender. This will hopefully spark a discussion on stereotypes, where we will map out what stereotype means in terms of our community first of all, and more broadly society, and how we have developed this view and whether it's a true depiction or not. At the end of this discussion, I will tell them that we will carry out an experiment where we will role swap for 2 weeks. Those who usually assume the ushering role will move to the computer and become sellers, and vice versa. For 2 weeks we will all experience duties outside of our comfort zone. Some may thrive, but for others it will just reinforce their passion for their initial role. This is part 2 of my set of activities. After 2 weeks we will gather again in the initial workshop groups to discuss everyone's thoughts and experiences. I'm hoping that some will be pleasantly surprised at how much they enjoyed their new assigned role. Then the brainstorming sheets on display for everyone, I will then draw their attention back to those stereotypes that we unconsciously conformed to in the beginning and explore whether these views have changed after the exercise. At the end of this workshop, I will ask everyone if we would prefer to A. stay in their initial role, B. assume the new role, or C. have a healthy mix of shifts in both positions. Although some of the staff will probably still choose the role that they were initially assigned to, hopefully by bringing to light how some individuals' passions and skills were overshadowed by these social stereotypes, we can be more conscious of this issue. The goal of these activities was never to completely swap everyone's position permanently, but more to initiate thought on how stereotypes can have a negative impact on a community, and not to change or fix this difference, but to embrace it. By giving everyone equal opportunity to choose their desired role, staff are in a better position to thrive and grow, and it promotes a healthier sense of belonging. Through my own experience, and I'm sure many others, I've realised that if someone enjoys their job and is excited to come to work each day, better quality of work is produced. This is the aim from conducting these activities. Even just the workshop itself creates a greater sense of belonging. By getting together as a group, it shows that Birch, Carroll and Coyle care about their employees and that they're just not another number. Regular workshops should be held for a range of different reasons, because it not only delivers information in an effective way, but it gives everyone a chance to get to know each other in a more social environment. It brings everyone closer together in the community. This is reinforced by Furman's views that a community cannot properly exist or function until the members experience a strong affiliation with each other, trust in each other, and sense of belonging. The Strand Cinema is a social community where people spend time with friends and family in an environment of ultimate escapism. It is the place where friendships can develop through shared passions for movie genres and is the basis for many childhood memories. If the staff can display that passion and love for their job to everyone that walks through the door, we can create an environment that many people crave to be a part of and want to belong to.